And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we returned with our semifinals of the StarCraft Evolution League number 2. Welcome to this fresh best of 3. And we're jumping right on it. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Golden Wall, we have the Finnish, typically Zerg player, but here playing Brood War Terran, representing Berserker Esports. It is Mixu. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Team Hyper 1. It is threepoint. Here we go. Now this is a blast from the past. And as we get into this, if you're in the chat, predictions open to get your gamba going. Place your bets on who you think will take the series and advance on to the grand finals. As a reminder, threepoint is the reigning champion, so he's going to be favored against all players ahead of him. But Mixu is looking to try to slip him up, and to try to take that crown away, to cause an upset. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Here we go. But again, it has been a long time since Golden Wall has been a part of the competitive tournament ladder map pool. It's been a very long time. It was back in, oh my god, what, 2019? No, 2020? Maybe? Around like 2020 era of StarCraft was Golden Wall. It's been a long time. Been quite a number of years here since it's been in the meta. One of the big features, of course, is that the entire lower half of the map is walled off by the Golden Wall. We have gold bases here in the center of the map, we have gold minerals here towards the center, and at the main base locations as well. This is a feature that in a way was adopted by Alkyone, one of the more modern maps in the map pool. Does have similar features to this, just not as extreme as you can gain access to this side of the wall straight from your main. Straight from the main base, you can mine through these patches and expand here towards the south instead, or expand towards the north and try and take the gold yourself. But now we are going to be settling in, going for our initial hatch gas pull, standard opener out of 3 points. Meanwhile, Mixu himself going for his own Rax expand into additional Raxes behind this. Interesting. So it's going to be bio here out of Mixu, not mech. Building up additional Marines here to defend early on in the early game, into an eventual Academy, into Stim. But now Overlords are being fended off. For those that are curious, again, Mixu is typically a Zerg player, but when it comes to this dynamic, when it comes to Brood War versus SE2, Mixu prefers he prefers Brood War Terran over Brood War Zerg. Does prefer the Terran race. The Academy is on the way. Up here at the night, there we go. I was looking for it. Very confused. The Academy is done, rushing into Stim, of course. Stim is on the way. And Mix is just building up his bio army of Marines and medics. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have a threepoint happily droning, taking more bases, taking more expansions. So far, nothing too crazy yet. Is aware of the Academy, of course. The Overlord does tell him everything he needs to know. With his Academy, he's of course aware that there's going to be a Stim timing ahead of him, but until Stim is done, threepoint is free to drone. He's free to just drone up as freely as possible. Safety Baneling Nest on the way at the 3-minute 30 mark. So we'll have some slow Banelings to defend. As Mixu does go for the scan, we'll snipe the Overlord. Nice pick off. With that threepoint is going to be in the dark as to when and where the army does push. So we'll send out a scouting Ling, and we'll get eyes on the move out. And threepoint is aware. Ooh, he did just make 6 drones. Did just make 6 workers. Mixu pulls away, doesn't commit. Mixu is massing Lings as we speak. He is a little bit vulnerable. Alas, Mixu doesn't move out. He pulls back home, throws down a 3rd CC, and Mixu is going for a later game. I do think there was potential for a move out. Threepoint was not ready because he had just droned. You can see threepoint is panicking, is making Banelings as quickly as possible, but he doesn't need them. Does not need them, as Mixu is staying back at home and expanding, setting up for a later game state. Sorting out that CC. Ling does rescout. Threepoint is looking for the army, looking for the expansion, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Behind this 3 point still building up. Ling does dip in, does scout the main army, and he spots the third CC. Is aware. Is aware of the third command center. So upon seeing this third base, threepoint should be feeling quite free to drone. He is making some Ling Bane, that is true. He's securing himself, and I believe there is still no lair. Yeah, scan reveals no extra gases, no lair in the main, no lair period. There we go, lair is now on the way at the third base instead. Interesting that threepoint is intentionally hiding the tech and hiding the lair. Oh, and going for a Roach Warren as well. Interesting. Very interesting. Going Ling Bane, Roach Ravager instead. Did see this previously out of threepoint in a series against Quanta. The Lever Chamber going to be on the way for those range upgrades to get into the Roaches. Also, I believe threepoint is going to be skipping Baneling's speed and prioritizing Roach Ravager. Instead, scan reveals gas is being taken. It is somewhat of a tell, but again, the tech is hidden here at the third base instead. So Mixu's in the dark. Behind this, getting to tank production. Siege mode is on the way. For those curious, you have to research the ability to siege initially. Otherwise, the tanks they're stuck in their more natural state. And Mixu does finally move out. We'll try and go for a split push. Clearing up some creep. At least attempting to, but there's just so much being thrown down. Hopefully another scan going to be available. Meanwhile, threepoint goes for the dive. Oh no, the Banelings! They come in for the dive, and they will crash in. Nice spread out of Mixu. He will take the fight. Does bleed out a lot of Marines. Does push through. Roaches have been amassing behind this. Threepoint will force this back. But Mixu does not turn around. Siege mode has been researched. And Mixu pushing right down mid. No Ravagers. No Ravagers. The boys have been pulled. Oh my god. Mixu going for the kill. The boys have arrived. Overlord's going down. Were they intentional? I guess so. Oh my god. It's time for the Baneliness. Head towards the third base. He's going for the third. That's where all the upgrades are. 1-1 and the Roach Warren as well. And the army stims in. 1-1 is going to be denied. And threepoint, he gets caught with his pants down. Yeah, he was not ready for this. The Baneling connections earlier were okay, but he was not ready for a committed move like this. Not for this army. Tanks do get piled down, but the army just stims forward. It stims and it wins. The Roaches, the Ravagers, the everything does crumble. And Mixu, he's going to take the first game in the series. GG gets called. And Mixu takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. I was not quite expecting that much commitment from Mixu. The initial move out was looking quite threatening. Threepoint was in the middle of transitioning out of Ling Bane into Roach Ravager. This is also the downside of this kind of build from threepoint. We saw this against Quanta, and now we saw it against Mixu, is that because threepoint did invest initially quite heavily into Ling Bane, because he's trying to deviate and pivot away from Ling Bane into Roach Ravager, I mean, he is quite vulnerable there, right? He still had 1-1 on the way. He didn't have Roach speed, for example. He was caught mid-transition there, and yeah, Mixu able to take advantage of that very nicely. GG. GG, well played. Mixu does take a lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. Jumping into that second game. And Mixu is now going to be playing Zerg as the SC2 race. Okay. Okay, here we go. We are getting into a mirror matchup. Kind of. So it's going to be Mixu playing SC2 Zerg against threepoint playing Brood War Zerg. I'm ready. I'm ready, Pappy. I'm ready. Oh, Monsieur Warbuffle. Your king? You mean your brother? Your other self? What do you mean, Pappy? Yako's in bed, Pappy. He's in bed. He's getting some rest. But here we go. We're jumping into game number 2 on Oceanborn. And spawning In the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our Finnish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Berserker Esports. It is Mixu. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, going for a 12 pool, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Hyper 1. It is 3point. The 12 pool has been thrown down. 3point going to be initially the aggressor. Meanwhile, Mixu, I imagine, going hatch first. Oh boy. We'll see if Mixu can survive the aggression of 3point, as he's going to be building up. Oh. Interesting. I'm curious if 3point is going to pull the boys with this. I think he might. not gonna lie. Drone being sent down. Okay, 3point is expanding. Let's go. Hatchery has been thrown down. Lings soon to be amassing. Meanwhile, Mixu, yep, going hatch. Gas pool. Standard opener out of Mixu. 3point rushing into those Lings. Now, a standard 12 pool in like SC2 versus S in a normal ZvZ. Oh, wait. Okay. I see you. A standard 12 pool is designed to get some drone kills, get some economic damage, and then transition behind it into 2-base Roach. I'm curious how 3point does incorporate this play. I imagine going to be Ling Flood into Hydras if it goes any longer. There we go. Gas now being taken. Lings are flooding across the map as we speak. We even have a drone as well to set up a Spore Rush, a Sunken Colony Rush, question mark. The drone has arrived. Mixu is aware. Ling's going for the expansion. Yep, there we go. Sun Colony now on the way. And the boys are being pulled. Can Mixu hold on? Can he survive this? Lings are getting so much damage done already. The hatchery going low so quick. Boys have arrived. Nice drone drilling, but drones are going down. Yeah, too many workers are falling. 6 drone kills already. That's insane damage. And the Sunken Colony is now done. And the 12 pool spine rush is getting out of hand, getting out of control, and 3point, he's overwhelming. He's overwhelming the army, cleans everything up. GG gets called, and 3point ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. GG. Oh my god, that Sunken Colony finishes up so quick. so quickly. On top of that, those drones take so much extra damage as well from those Lings. Like they just melt so quick. Is insane. GG well played. 3point able to cheese the hell out of Mixu. We're going to the ace match. Going to game number 3. Whew. Here we go. And it looks like game 3 is going to be on Retro. Going to be getting into the ace match, and the question becomes, oh boy, okay, it is going to be in a way a rematch. It's going to be Mixu rolling SE2 Zerg once again, and 3point rolling Brood War Zerg. Okay, we're getting into that ace match now. Bearing in mind, Retro. If you remember, this map is a 4-player map. 4-player map spawn, so going into something like a 12 pool is a lot riskier on a map like this, just because it takes longer to get a read and get a feel for where your opponent is, because you don't know where they're spawning in. So it can be risky to be aggressive here. We'll see if 3point goes for the same build again, or something different. Here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Retro. We have the Finnish Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Berserker Esports. It is Mixu. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. He's doing it again! He's going for the 12 pool. We have the Red Zerg player, the Brutal Zerg from Team Hyper 1. It is 3point. South Korean Zerg. Here we go. So it is a risky maneuver here by 3point. He's sending out his first Overlord to scout horizontally to the top right spawn location. Second Overlord should be... Oh, actually, second Overlord is going to be delayed. has a drone scout. Okay, so with a 12 pool, your second overlord is quite delayed compared to normal. So drone scout is required. 3-point will check, and 3-point will confirm. And what is scary? It's close by ground. It is not cross spawn. It is not cross spawn. So close rush distance by ground. 3-point can hit that much harder, that much faster, as he confirms. But that is gas first. Gas first build by Mixu. Gas pull into hatchery. I was gonna say safe. This is a very aggressive build, but not as all-in as his opponents. And because of the faster spawning pool, this means faster queens and faster lings. So Mixu will have a better setup this time to defend. As lings are already on the way. Again, Mixu's expansion was delayed in favor of these lings. Overlord's moving out. Mixu will spot. He will confirm.
Under direct assault.
Yeah, the lings are spotted. Mixu knows what's going on. He's aware of the 12 pool. Back at home, ling speed is on the way. Lings are in production. Queen as well. But can Mixu save the natural? He's going to try. There we go. Does pull the boys. Boys have been pulled this time with additional lings. And this time there is no spine crawler or no sunken colony. But Mixu just has to dance. Doesn't want to commit. He is down in lings. 3-point will win the head-on fight and does get one drone. Good pick off. One drone goes down. Ooh, a ling as well. Mixu bleeding out quite a bit, but the queen has arrived. And the queen is going to help defend. Spine crawler or sunken colony on the way. Mixu forced the fight, but the lings are overwhelming. Once again, they take down the drones. Yeah, too many losses. 6 drones going down. Sunken colony on the way. And this might just be too much already. As 3-point takes a worker lead. Oh, he wants the queen. He wants it. Queen under fire. Sunken colony taking some extra hits. Goes to the drones. Oh my god. And again, Mixu will survive. He will defend, but he's got 11 drones. He's down to 11 workers. Back at home, 3-point has the economic lead. He has the expansion as well. He's up to 3 hatcheries. Ling speed on the way. Mixu needs some counter damage. He needs to move out across the map and get some damage done. Does hit the natural, but lings are on the way. Going for the drones. Up! And can he get them? The workers are pulled away. 1 drone goes down. 2nd drone as well. Good pickoffs. A good start for Mixu. He gets 2 drones and, oh, he barely gets a 3rd. A 3rd drone falls. Ling speed just now finishing up for 3-point, and Mixu has to get the hell out of there. Does pull away. More lings in production. Mixu still down in workers, just barely. Going in for another worker snipe. At the same time, 3-point has arrived. He goes to the queen! The queen will barely get away. Clutch transfuse. And reinforcements have arrived, and Mixu should hold, but he loses another 6 drones! Oh my, 6 workers go down. Again, the drones are so fragile. Against these lings specifically. Yeah, 6 drone kills. The queen falls, and 3-point has done it at this point. Yeah, 3-point will overwhelm. GG gets called, and 3-point will take the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played. It was a good effort here. It was a good effort here by Mixu, but 3-point will claim the series. Will advance on to the grand finals. Congratulations, my condolences to Mixu. Did well for himself taking the first game, but in the ZvZ, this 12 pool sunken colony rush is brutal. Again, Mixu went for a more aggressive response. He went gas pool into hatchery instead of pool first. So Mixu was trying to, in a way, just try to get some counter damage done by rushing into ling speed, potentially bailings behind it, but wasn't quite able to get there. And again, those lings are brutal. The brutal lings, I should say, in ZvZ, like they just chew away at those drones so very quickly. It's insane how quickly those drones do fall. And yeah, last Mixu, he was kind of baited into a fight one too many times in both game 2 and game 3. And GG, well played. 3-point does snowball out of control. And with that, we have our first finalist. 3-point does advance on to the grand finals, and he will be facing off against the winner of Shin and Rebellion. We should all be heading over to the Korean server, as only Koreans remain. we go.